Bobby Hamilton Jr. leads. Kyle Busch is second. Joe Nemechek third. Matt Kenseth fourth. And Kevin Harvick fifth. Followed by Greg Biffle, Casey Kane, Robbie Gordon, J.J. Yeley, and David Stremme.
Stremme got a good jump.
At the red car on the outside lane.
Oh, look at him go 3-4 wide down the corner. But wisely, they filtered down to 2.
There's a little contact. Who was that?
Yep, Biffle got knocked up the racetrack a little bit.
Robbie Gordon,
60.
Robbie Gordon, the 55, right behind Biffle.
Now watch it all accordion when they get on the brakes for turn 3.
Wow, Robbie got a little bit loose. Up on the outside there.
Hey, look at this. Kyle Busch, the 5, into the lead by Bobby Hamilton Jr.
That's not something a lot of folks thought they'd see today here. Somebody passing that 25 car.
And one guy in particular, I think Bobby Hamilton Jr. didn't think it was going to happen.
Still early.
Still early, but I would think you want that clean air. I don't think he wanted to give that spot up if he didn't have to.
So now Joe Nemechek in the 87, chasing Hamilton Jr. for second, and that's Matt Kenseth in the yellow car, back in fourth place. Now all chasing 19-year-old Kyle Busch, younger brother of Kurt Busch, the Nextel Cup Series star, having a spectacular rookie season, already 3 wins, just past the midway point of the year.
And Casey Kane, the 38 car, moving up high on the racetrack. And he goes by the 21 car on the outside. And look at it.
Wow. 25's got a problem.
Something's wrong with the 25. He's on pit road.
Hamilton Jr. off the pace.
I think maybe the left rear tire's flat. Dave?
He said it wound up. Then he said, I'm changing boxes. He's trying to change ignition boxes. That's the electronics on the car. That has not helped. It has died on Bobby Hamilton Jr. and he's bringing it in.
Yeah, you can see some smoke coming out of the
I talked to the team just before this, guys, and it's so ironic. Ed Rensi, one of the team owners, told me, you know, the racing gods, he said it is so hard for the motor, the carburetor, the ignition box, and even the circumstances on the track to work right to win these races. So we by no means think we've won this thing before we took the green flag.
Well, they're a lap down now as the field comes by, and there's enough smoke from out of that 25 car as it sits at its pit box that he could be there for a while. So one favorite out of the way. It's a cruel business.
I was talking about racing for second, so not anymore.
Ron Hornaday in the 2, Jamie McMurray in the 1, and Tim Fedewa in the 12. And this is going to be back for 17th, 18th, and 19th spots. Hornaday moving up to 17th. And another update on Bobby Hamilton Jr., Dave.
They're pushing the car away, Alan. It is not good news. The crew said, hole in the bottom, hole in the bottom. The motor is blown.
Oh, wow.
Yikes.
Broke something internally in the engine, enough to put a hole in the oil pan. That's something that's not repairable. Michael Waltrip, the 99 car, going by on the outside. If anyone runs this outside line and makes it work today, it will be Michael Waltrip.
Michael started in 27th position. He's trying to take 19th away from Tim Fedewa. And Michael earning his reputation as being one of the early explorers in these races of that high lane.
That blue and white car, if you a regular watcher of NASCAR Busch Series competition, that's Jason Leffler. Normally red and white. This weekend, special paint job.
Keller, BP. Keller.
What'd I say?
It's okay.
Okay, thank you. Jason Keller.
We'll work with you.
If you're a regular, you would have known that.
I would have known that. That's right.
Little branding thing from his sponsor there. New product they're rolling out, so that's why the different colors. Keller is in 21st position and joining that race for a spot. He started 23rd, so a little slow progress there, though this Chicago track's been a good one for Keller. He's got all top 10 finishes here. Michael Waltrip going to try and rim ride around Jamie McMurray in the 1. 18th place at stake here.
And I'm surprised. I mean, I'm surprised nobody's jumped up there. After seeing Michael, normally it's monkey see, monkey do on these deals, so everybody starts moving up if they see somebody that's got an advantage, but pretty much everybody's staying on the bottom.
And that 7 is Todd Zegedy, the Featherlight Modified Series winner last year. Michael Waltrip just blows by him.
So Michael up to 17th and counting. Billy Parker's been on and off pit road a couple of times. He has rejoined the race. Coasting down pit road is the 33 of Clint Boyer, and he looks like he may be headed to the garage to join Bobby Hamilton Jr., who's with Dave Burns now.
And Bobby has climbed out of the car. Bobby, you didn't even hardly have time to break a sweat, bud.
No, we same thing happened to us in Kentucky and Daytona, I think it was, in practice. Out the bottom of, I think, a rod or something. But what do you do? I mean, you pretty much count championship pretty much out the window now. So only thing we can do is just try to go win races. And, you know, we're kind of stuck in a box. You only got two people build real great Ford engines. That's Roush and Yates. So we're kind of stuck whatever that's the good times with the bad. I just wish we could get a little bit of good times with this deal.
Reference back to the guys to the fact that this team operates pretty much by itself.
Hamilton Jr.'s second engine failure of the year. He dominated a race at Kentucky Speedway in June and fell out late with engine failure when a potential victory was in sight.
But they're not building their own engines.
Right, they're coming from a vendor is what he was referring to.
Yeah, Robert Yates builds the engines in the 25 car. It's not the Yates-Roush combination, but just Robert Yates in his engine shop builds the engines for this car and several others. But
little side-by-side here at 19th and 20th place. Fedowa by Szegedy.
The blue and white car, the 50s, Reagan Smith. About to lose a spot to Jason Keller.
There you go.
Still there, clear. You'll be catching that 66, slow and low.
Szegedy,
to the 4.
he wants to get down. Didn't like it up there.
Szegedy comes from Richfield, Connecticut. Szegedy comes from Richfield, Connecticut. He's used to driving cars that are about almost 1,000 pounds lighter than these cars and with almost twice as much tires. So coming out here at these super speedways, it's an adjustment for him, but he's doing a good job so far. That is Kyle Busch. Took the lead from Bobby Hamilton Jr. at lap number 6 and is now out in front by 1.6 seconds over Joe Nemechek. Kyle Busch is the leader as we reach the lap 23 mark, and off the pace is Kevin Harvick in the 21. He was running 7th.
And this is something very unusual for a Richard Childress car to have any kind of problems. Matt, what's going on with Harvick?
Benny, Kevin came on the radio telling his crew chief Ricky Vyers, the guys are on the wall, he says, I have no oil pressure. That is not good news.
No, that's pretty much it. We're not going to fix that quick.
So scratch another potential contender today out of the equation. Harvick, winner of 2 of the 3 Nextel Cup Series races that have been held here at Chicago in the past.
If they start scrambling around, it may be something as the belt coming off. But normally the engine locks up before you discover that the belt is off.
This race for 4th place. Casey Kane in the 38, Greg Biffle in the 60. Biffle's been working him over pretty hard trying to take it away.
Kind of take the air away off this rear spoiler. But he hasn't been able to manage to do it.
And ahead of this, by the way, Matt Kenseth has gotten around Joe Nemechek to take 2nd spot. So it's Kyle Busch, Kenseth, Nemechek. And then the race you're looking at here between Kane and Biffle. How about more on Kevin Harvick, Matt?
Al Andreoli, the engine tuner, has Kevin trying to crank the car, turning it over. He did say the light came on, he looked down, had no oil pressure. It was still running at that point. It will now fire now. His chances for victory gone.
So Biffle takes that spot away. Biffle in the 60 takes a spot away from the Casey Kane 38.
Greg Biffle running both the full NASCAR Nextel Cup Series and the full NASCAR Busch Series schedules in 2004. That means sometimes on the same weekend he's at 2 different tracks that are hundreds of miles apart. And I talked with him yesterday about how the double trouble is going.
Really kind of an off weekend for me here at Chicago. I get to run both of them at the same place, so I like it. It's a lot of fun. The Busch car, you know, gives me some confidence for the Nextel Cup car, and you know, it gives you a little extra track time. It's kind of nice.
And that's what we talked about. I mean, these guys, they're trying to get as much track time as possible, but just a little bit of an edge. Even if it's just a little bit for tomorrow, these guys are learning something.
On the move, Michael Waltrip in the 99.
going by Truex Jr., the NASCAR Busch Series points leader. That's a battle for 12th. And with Kyle Busch leading and maybe leading the most laps today, we could possibly see a change.
And Michael did that on the bottom. Passed him on the inside.
Now watch Truex follow the veteran and move up and see if that high line that Michael Waltrip is using will work for him.
Michael Waltrip started in 27th position. Benny told you he just took 12th away. Martin Truex Jr., Marietta, New Jersey, son of a modified racer around New Jersey and a former NASCAR Busch North Series racer. And what a job this kid has done in his first full season of NASCAR Busch Series racing.
I tell you, those guys over at DEI, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, just marvel how well he's able to relate to the crew and tell them what he needs to make this car better. But I'm loving the way he's following Michael Waltrip and trying to learn how to run that high line around these racetracks.
And he's staying with them now.
Yeah, he is.
While they race, Kevin Harvick is climbing out of his car, and Matt's with him.
They are still trying to diagnose the engine problem on Kevin Harvick's Chevrolet. Kevin not racing for the championship, the car owners championship, though. How disappointing this problem so early on.
Well, we had a good car. We got off there a little bit at the beginning, and I changed my line and picked up, quite a bit, and thought we were coming back. And it's just disappointing for all the Reese's guys that work hard. We just lost oil pressure and don't know why.
There's about 7 or 8 different engine guys from the RCR engine department looking at this race car, because remember, they do have the 2 car in this field chasing the drivers and car owners championship, guys.
Looks like Martin may be making a run on Michael.
I think he learned a great deal following Michael Waltrip for just a few laps.
Nice move up through the standings there for Michael you saw a minute ago, Marty. He should be pretty happy with his race so far.
It's been a great race so far for Michael Waltrip, who has said nothing on the radio. He's trying that high line, also works on the bottom line. Bad news for the rest of the field. His fastest lap in the final practice yesterday was his 4th to last lap. Longer they run, better this car gets. So we haven't seen how good it can be yet, I don't think.
Yeah, Marty, I'll tell you what, just thinking about what Benny and Wally said a minute ago, Truex was passed by Michael Waltrip and moved up and followed him in that high line, and now he's hanging right with him and even looking like he's faster than Michael.
Watch this. Look how much faster.
That's pretty high there.
Oh, look out. Michael says, hey, how could he be up there? I'm the high on the racetrack. He's going by me on the outside.
Go ahead. You can have it.
And for 3rd place, Greg Biffle is on the move. 60 cars by Joe Nemechek in the 87.
I'll see if Truex will drive away from the 99 of Michael Waltrip.
That's some smoke out of that 60 car. Maybe I'm seeing things.
And here's Casey Kane in the 38 moving up to challenge Nemechek also. And he'll take the spot away from Nemechek. So Joe falling back. About halfway through a fuel run as we work under the green flag with Kyle Busch out in front by almost 2 seconds over Matt Kenseth.